Feeling I want to do something now. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that this statue was the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Ugh. Another person in much the same position as you recently called is a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's what is important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was too close. If you stopped me there, this trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is that you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... Because, I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from a hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Which do you think it is? Will I take a bite out of a carrot with
rather obvious.
Blue dipped sauce? Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Because yes, Mina, it's broken. I think it's broken. That clock is busted. You think? Just look at it, Your Honor. Please examine the clock. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? Well, I'm not sure I would call this broken, but I doubt it could ring. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat! Well, Miss May. Huh? Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty? Somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you have forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it is after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That is true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? That is right, Biggs. Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. Evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Boop. Oh. Take a look at this. That is a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this is my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with a victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. I like that look. It's so expressive. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. I'm not gonna reread this because I did it in the previous episode. Or last time. Ow, that hurt. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was it again? I got so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Your Honor? Mr. Wright?
Yes, it was it.
The victim claims she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence and will prove the witness had not seen this clock before. It is simple. The clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm not going to go for that outburst.
What's it to you?
Porcupine head!
That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it!
Ow. Yes, complete with boobs.
She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you heard about it. The witness never held the clock in her hand. However, she heard it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known to think it was a clock. and I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let us see it then. Show me the evidence proving the witness heard the murder weapon was a clock. Yeah, I would also appreciate not being compared to Miss May. So, we have this one. Have a look at this. Oh, that! I found this in Miss May's hotel room. This is also, like, super illegal. Mr. Wright, please explain to court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Maya Faye's phone, were you not? Oh! Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you have still to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is, of course, further into the thing. There it is. So, Maya's phone. I present to the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we have seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. I can take a bite of my chicken. Drench it in blue dip sauce. You have one victory against the spaghetti miner. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen on this conversation. That's how you knew to think it was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness' face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La la. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm so a bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? Ah. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss May now. Now for the final blow. Why did you wiretap her phone? We already know who did the murder because we've seen this already in the introduction. Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? This isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgar wants her to. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off. Miss Liar, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like her to pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who thought that, and of course I can and will.
You can't be serious, no way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why? That's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and you have regular old coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Oink.
Ergo, the witness was not at the scene at the time of the murder. Well, we already knew this. So, where does that leave us then? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is separate crime, which has no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're just going to let her walk away. There's no way I can win unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. So, which do you think we should take here? Well, we don't have any proof that she didn't see it. That's the thing. Well, that is also a thing, yes. But like the best way to do that is that we're gonna have to call the bellboy and stuff like that. So let's call them. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There is something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you might have sunk quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that wiretapping has nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony, otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. Well, what should I do? Yeah, that is right, Vix. So let's accept this condition. Alright, I got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe the witness. We're ready for the witness to testify. So, you weren't here last time, Alex, but in the introduction to this case, we actually saw the murder happen. So, which is the way for us to, when you play this game for the first time, the first two murder cases, you know who the killers are. And, the only way forward is to, get to the point where you can actually get to that guy. So we already know who the killer is. We know it's not Miss May, but we also know that Miss May is lying. Because of this. He certainly looks like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I am happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado. Oh, trust me, Pix. You'll see a lot worse than just a tea set in this game, in this series of games. You'll see a whole lot worse. The witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Let's see if I can be all prim and proper, like a, like... I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. Just wait until we get further into the series when you get to the very, very interesting characters. I mean, look but don't touch. I stare at boobs a lot too. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in a murder now, mine'll be finished. Now don't mention the details, Pix. I'll say yes to both. We don't need anything from this. There. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and the point being, I remember her quite well, sir. Yes, and what then? 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought to her, blah blah. Precisely 9 o'clock then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 o'clock p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent and I'd be brought then. Oh, bellboy to her. And I like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? Oh, I need to do like this. Are you sure it was Miss May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with a embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for a kiss, sir. No, not a French kiss, but a peck of it in the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds like pretty fishy to me. I think Miss May was up to something and wanted a bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing here. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? But there's only one thing to do, we can just protest. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defendant have something to add? One last question, let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on for long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I will give you one more question, that is all. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? So, which one do you want me to do? While you decide I'm gonna take another bite of my chicken. It's a good chance for me to do it. Gods. Problem with chicken wings is the bones, like this. I mean, I do like bones, generally speaking. I like just gnawing on them. It's... Hey! I like bones. Okay, so room service is the only relevant one. Bed making is one. Okay, room service it is. So tell me again about room service. Again, sir. At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. $18 for an iced coffee. That is ridiculously expensive. Like, sheesh. I see. Huh? $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell the truth now. Still though, $18 for 2 iced coffee is extremely expensive, like seriously. Was there someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Oh, yes, yeah, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That is the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister here, Mr. Edgeworth, who... he asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh. You fool! I've done it. I've won. Miss A